Sitting down at the table with everybody that was on the crew was very interesting because a lot of us already kind of knew each other, but not really. And for me, it's really funny how it played out, right? Because I think that we all came in not expecting what we got. Like, we got so much more than we were expecting, and we were so much more hands into the production than we were expecting. Like, I remember we were having conversations between us saying like, oh wow, I can't believe they're like letting us do the breakdown just by ourselves, or oh my god, I can't believe they're just like letting us like film this, like how are they trusting us so much, having like so little experience, right? So I feel like the conversations that happen, the ideas that pop out between us in that table, it was super funny because I remember like I will be always on the detail, right? I will be like, no, but like, let's think about this. Then you will have AP thinking about like, no, but like, how long is it gonna be? Do we need 1 meal, 2 meals? You know, how many meals? And then you'll see like more like, I don't know, Lisa talking about like, and it's gonna be 2 characters. How are they gonna dress, right? Like you will see these people, Drew talking about more like details about the camera, how many lights and stuff like that. You will see all these people kind of like not knowing what they want to do actually, and not knowing what are they gonna be doing on the production, but kind of already placing them in those positions, like without even knowing, without even realizing. So it was really funny how it played out. It was super fun to work on the breakdown together, and then when we got our positions, be like, ah, it actually was wrong that way, so let me do it my way. You know what I mean? Like when we already got to our positions, we were actually like working on what we are best for, right? So before it was like, oh yeah, let's work on, so we all like learn and we all do this as a team. But then when we got our positions, it was mostly like, okay, let's really get to it, right? Let's like scratch the things that are not gonna work. Thanks for the ideas, but let's scratch the things that are not gonna work, and let's start like making the movie happen, right?
Our team consisted of about 11 crew members and 5 main characters. I think the best part about having a small team is that we can also be family with one another.
When I was organizing and like doing my breakdowns and my pre-production, I was really focusing in props, right? I was completely into that, completely into like I was, remember, sitting down with Alex hours just watching the, like reading the same scene over and over and over and asking us so many questions about it, that I really completely forgot that in one day we were gonna film 8 days of difference, right? I was thinking, okay, these 8 days, like these 8 scenes, sorry, happen in 2 days, okay? So then there's these movements of boxes, but that will be my thinking. I never thought about like how many times do they change. It was at morning, afternoon, do they change? They went running, yes. So then do they change again back to what they were wearing? Yes, no. You know, like I wasn't really thinking about these things. So it really impressed me the fact that they had, I remember like 200, I think, costumes, all numbered. And it was like, oh wow, do they have so many outfits, right? And they had this per character. Impressive. I couldn't follow. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna trust you guys. Like, this is, you guys are doing amazing. I'm just gonna trust you that whatever wardrobe you guys are picking and discuss with the director that is the appropriate one, you're gonna follow and you're gonna know when is it gonna happen. It's gonna appear on the scene, because I have no idea. I'm focusing too much on my props, you know.
I'm incredibly proud of our team. I feel like they all contributed 110%.
There was a lot of continuity issues, and the team held it together. It's so amazing. I think when you do a film with that many moving parts, like in this story, they move into a space and then they start to unpack. And I don't think it's an issue that we don't really talk about it or see it so much in the story. It's not part of the story, but it's happening in the background. So it has to be logical. It has to, continuity, one mess up there and you're gonna see that. And so that kind of stuff, wardrobe continuity, The numbering system for that was very elaborate. The numbering system or the organizational system for all the moving boxes and all the things that came out of the boxes, plates and dishes and things like that. How people started to put stuff up or build a canvas, or what state of condition the bedding was in different rooms, all that kind of stuff. It really did come down to the team really being super organized and making that error-free, something that I never even thought about while we were shooting. On the days when we were shooting, it was pretty seamless, and for the most part, at least for me, I felt that because they know what they're doing, and I trust them by that time. Once you've kind of pushed them out of the nest a little bit and you let them kind of like start doing the work, all the planning and all the preparation starts to kick in for them, and they start seeing, wow, okay, I see that this is happening now, and it's working in my favor, and I feel like I'm in control, and I understand how I operate and what my function is in regards to the big picture. And yes, every day you do walk away feeling like you're making a movie. A lot of times you don't get to see what's happening, and you don't understand all the steps and all the processes and how they all come together. And so filmmaking can feel very mysterious, or it can be intimidating because you're really not sure that you know the whole process. When you have 10 people, you are truly witnessing either yourself or someone next to you do the work that is ultimately getting the film done. So we are, as a small team, making a movie. And what's great about that is when it's all done, you really do step back and you say, wow, okay, I made a movie.
I love working on a small production because you create such a big project with the most efficient people and the most productive strategies, and in the end you feel like you get more than what you put into it. When you have a giant production, especially for a small film, you just feel like there's a lot of waste. With a small efficient team, there's nothing you can't do.
I'm your daughter, I'm your mother, I'm your fighter.
I think working with a small team was really nice because we're close-knit and we got to know each other on a very personal level as friends, and we would carpool together and we'd meet in the lobby at the same time because we were in the same dorm, and that was cool to grow that community.
I feel like a small production that's efficient and everybody works well together can do a lot more than in many cases a bigger production where people just kind of trip over themselves. I think they're going to be proud of how the film turns out because I feel like there's a lot of reflection in the performances that will show in the end.